It's Monday, which means it's time for the weekend box office report brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. Disney's new animated feature Zootopia easily took first place this weekend with a reported $73.7 million, representing the best March debut ever for an animated movie. London has fallen open in the number 2 spot with $21.7 million. Deadpool finally relinquished its hold onto the number 1 spot, dropping to number 3 with $16.4 million. The weekend's other wide release, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, took the number 4 spot with $7.6 million, and at number 5, Gods of Egypt took in $5 million. Mark, your thoughts on this weekend's box office report?
Well, look, congratulations, Deadpool. You had a hell of a run at the top, and we're all proud to have known you. Now Zootopia coming in, you got to expect that a kid's movie, it's animated, that adults seem to like as well, is going to be the top dog. $73 million, that's impressive. I didn't realize it was breaking a March record for animation, but all deserved, too. I saw Zootopia and thought it was really, really well done. You look at London Has Fallen. That's it's not a great movie. It's a dumb action film that you can have fun watching. So I'm glad to see it at least get over the $20 million hump. And then you look at Deadpool and Whiskey Tango Foxtrot and Gods of Egypt. So I guess the lesson here, kids, is if your movie bombs both with critics and audiences, and you take to Facebook to complain about it, it's not going to help the box office draw a mere $5 million for a movie that cost over $140 million to make. That is not a win. Roka, you see these numbers. I don't know if you got a chance to check Zootopia or London Has Fallen out. What stands out to you about this weekend?
Well, I saw Zootopia on Saturday. I thought it was great. It's a perfect film that mixes. It's almost got the Pixar thing where it mixes the child stuff and the adult stuff. There's enough there for both sides, and I think that's why it beat the Frozen numbers, because it just by almost 7 million, because it's got enough to offer for both sides. So repeat viewing makes sense. I haven't seen London Has Fallen. I did like Olympus Has Fallen, or is that what it's called? Olympus Has Fallen. I did
Olympus
like that.
fell, and then that was like a tiny home invasion, and now we have all of London falling.
Right, exactly, with some terrible CG from the trailer, from what I saw in the trailer. But like, what's interesting about this thing is that it actually made $9 million less than Olympus Has Fallen. So my reaction when I saw there was a trailer for this was, wait, they made a sequel to this? So it seems like I'm not the only one who felt that way, because it obviously fell $9 million short of what it could have been. And I don't think the other films affected it. Obviously, Gods of Egypt didn't, which...
Gods of Egypt did not affect much of anything. Schnepp, there's a lot of talking animals. They're number 1. Does that sit well with you?
It sits really well with me. I haven't seen it yet, but I cannot wait to see Zootopia. I'm just very busy this weekend. Happily, other people were not, and the $73 million is quite a lot of money. That way more than I thought it would make an opening weekend, which is great. Zootopia, London Fallen, you saw it. Was it like a Die Hard 5, or was it like a Die Hard 2?
It was not a Die Hard 5.
Was it like
There's
Die Hard
very
2?
few films. I would say it's more like Die Hard 2 is great in my book as well. I'd say it's between Die Hard 2 and Die Hard 4. It's like somewhere in between that, where you can enjoy it, but you got to really turn your brain off. There's some great one-liners. What I love about London Has Fallen is that the two leads do not take the movie seriously at all, but the movie around it takes itself so seriously that you can have fun laughing at it and then also enjoying some of the action scenes. I agree with you. The sprawling CGI was like Gods of Egypt level, but once you get in close, some of those combat things were pretty good.
Does Morgan Freeman have like a running away from exploding stuff scene?
Well, I can't give away the movie.
Just tell me that.
If you want to see Morgan Freeman run away from explosions, you got a better chance with London Has Fallen than you do with Zootopia. Deadpool had a legendary run. I mean, it was number 1 for what, 4 weeks in a row, and it made so much more money than we thought. Even looking at this take, $16 million is not anything to scoff at. Do you think we're going to see a movie that's an R-rated comic book film like that come across our board again and make that much money?
Yeah. Deadpool 2 or X-Force, any of the ones that have Deadpool in it, you're going to see that kind of money come back. I think it just crossed the 300 million domestic here this weekend too. So yeah, it's a money machine right now, and I think that's what Fox hasn't announced what those mystery Marvel movies are going to be, but they're going to play it safe, I think, and not actually make that announcement until after X-Men Apocalypse comes out. Because I think if X-Men Apocalypse does those kinds of numbers that they wanted to, then they'll be like, the sequel to X-Men will be in one of those spots, and Deadpool 2 will be in the other spot. It'll just make sense.
Yeah, I mean, now, and we're in the point where we're kind of gearing up to go see Batman v Superman. It's a mere weeks away now, kids. And before we get to that, there's sports movies that had disappointed me with how well they did. I thought that that Race should have been at least, I don't know if the movie was good. I didn't get a chance to check it out. I thought it'd make more of a splash than it did. And Eddie the Eagle, it made $3 million this weekend and is only at $10 million total. Wow. You'd think more people would want to go see a movie with Hugh Jackman in it, regardless of what the plot is. And it seemed like a nice uplifting tale. 999 is the other one that just, it's fallen off the radar so quickly. It was number 11 at the box office this weekend. That's a bummer to me. I think y'all should check it out. It's got more of a grit feel to it than London Has Fallen, but if you want to see an action movie, that's not a bad choice to make.